I bet you're wondering the same thing as I am. Is Split Fiction a contender for Game of the Year? Well, stick around to the end of the video as I give a precise answer to that question. Hi, my name is Young D. If you're new to the channel, thank you for clicking on the video. I hope you do enjoy, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a banger video like this one. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Now, letting y'all know, this isn't going to be another corporate review about Split Fiction. This is going to be a gamer's review about Split Fiction, where I review what gamers truly care about, like the story, the art, the score, is this game I'm playing immersive or not? Not nitpicking every single bug or glitch I come across, or explaining something that not too many gamers really care about. The only time I actually will say something if the game ruined my immersion and is making it hard to progress through the game. Now, with that out the way, let's get on with the review. Split Fiction is a game that was created by Hazelight Studios. It is actually their third submission in the gaming world. Their first submission was a game called A Way Out, then they followed it up with It Takes Two that ended up getting Game of the Year in 2021. Now, can Hazelight Studios follow that up with their newest entry, Split Fiction? Well, I guess we'll have to see when that time comes around. The very first thing I noticed is how well the sound design is. Like literally, I don't know if it was my 3D headphones, and if so, they did a fantastic job when it comes to utilizing 3D audio. But in my playthrough of Split Fiction, I said, this literally sounds like I'm in a Dolby theater that was so loud I couldn't even hear myself think. Also, I was playing this on my PS5, and every rumble and shake I felt, they made sure I felt it in my hands. The PS5 haptic feedback is no joke. Now, for the graphics, I'm actually going to talk about the world building. In Split Fiction, you have two different characters that love two different things. You have Mio, that loves sci-fi, and then you have Zoe, who loves fantasy. And they did a fantastic job on creating two separate worlds that are completely different from Mio and Zoe. But for me, my favorite world was actually Mio's. There was this world we entered where Mio and Zoe had to stop a solar flare from destroying the world. Does it sound familiar? If you said it sounds like Loki, then you're correct. Because that's exactly what we felt like as well. But even if fantasy wasn't my thing, there are still worlds that I like that was better than Mio. Another example of this was there was a fantasy world where me and my friend was wizards. Yes, just like Hogwarts Legacy. Now granted, we weren't actual wizards, we were just guests in a wizard land. For the storytelling, I'm gonna have to give props to Hazelight. At the beginning, it made it very clear that these two protagonists are not alike. Mio always felt like a hater to me and always kind of killed the vibes, while Zoe always saw the positivity no matter what world she was in. But later on, you end up finding out that they were really fighting their inner demons, and each story it gives you a piece of that, and you don't realize it until the end, where it starts to fit all together like a big puzzle piece. For what Split Fiction is, it's honestly the greatest co-op game I ever played. Usually, when you play a co-op game, one is ahead, and it usually will force teleport the one that is lacking behind. But in Split Fiction, you actually have to wait until your duo gets past that obstacle. Lucky for me, I had a wonderful duo who didn't sell that much. Now, I don't know any game that requires the amount of cooperation like Split Fiction does. Actually, the one game that does come to mind is Army of Two, which is funny because they are both published by EA. If you look at my playthrough of Split Fiction, I like to believe we were the most chaotic out of the bunch. We tried to kill each other plenty of times, we sold many times more than others, but in the end, we knew how to lock in than most of the people y'all watch. Split Fiction is definitely the definitive when it comes to a co-op based game. There wasn't a dull moment, especially when you were playing with a friend. So with how I'll review the games will be on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being it was unplayable, to 10 being goated. Anything in between, I'll come up on the spot. But it's safe to say my YNG rating for Split Fiction is a 10. This is a golden game that needs to be played by everyone and definitely deserves to get nominated at the Game Awards. Now, will this win Game of the Year? I guess we'll have to find out when that time comes. Comment down below what you think of Split Fiction and my review of Split Fiction. Anything I should add to my review or remove? Comment down below as well. Anyway, Young Squad, I love y'all. That's it for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Young D is out of here. Deuces.